How's it going, everybody? PigBay here, PB for short, and today we're going to take a look at World of Warships Legends. This is the mobile version of the game. I wanted to make this video just so that people can see how the UI looks, what certain things do, and things like of that nature. Currently, Legends is only available in Canada and the Philippines, but they do plan on releasing worldwide at some point. They said it was kind of like a soft launch at the moment. I had to side load it onto my Android phone, but first things first, here we are. This is the main menu. You got your play, ships, commanders, campaign missions, bureau, and store. Play is pretty obvious. Ships is all your tech lines. So on the top you're going to have your countries, and one thing to note is that Legends only goes to tier 8, not like Blitz or PC, but there is ships that are available here that aren't available over there, like Sumner and the main. Standard practice, yet to move through the trajectory line, you're going to have to grind. I mean, if we played any other World of Warships, you know how it's going to work. Now moving on to the next segment here, we have commanders, and commanders can be quite important. There's a lot of changes here that I like. One of them being the skills. You can just swap skills at a go. You don't have to play doubloons like you do on Blitz, and I think PC is the same way. So you can literally just swap without having to pay anything, which is quite nice and probably one of my favorite features. Moving on to the next tab, you have your campaign mission. The best way to describe it, it's like a battle pass, or for those of us on Blitz, it's a Blitz pass, where you finish all these, you get little segments of it, and at the end of it you get rewarded with, in this case, the Carnot. Now there's two ways to actually purchase it. So you can buy it, grind the whole thing for only 2,500, or if you really want to finish it, you can pay a pretty hefty amount and get it instantaneously. Next segment is going to have your bureau ships. Now these are going to be your legendary ships. Well, some of them, some aren't, like California's not, but these are your legendary. There is a legendary tier, so there's no tier 10, but there is the legendary tier. So basically the way it works is you attach ships and commanders just to earn a couple of these research points faster, and it all just takes time. That's essentially it. It just takes time. But at the end, you get rewarded with the ship for whatever bureau project that you're doing. You may have noticed in the battle pass while scrolling through, there are research points you can get from just that as well. So you're going to get it from there too if you go and buy the Admiralty backing. The last tab over here is the store, and here you're going to be able to purchase things with the actual cash, doubloons, or silver. There's a limited amount of things, you know, that you can buy with silver, but you can purchase some things with silver. Now in the social tab in the bottom, you're going to see invitations for divisions and people looking for divisions. I'm assuming once like full release comes out, there's going to be more to this. Recent battles, obviously recent battles, and here is the settings. So you're going to have two options for steering, at least for mobile. You got the regular one, and then you have the one that's kind of on Blitz but no one really uses. I don't think this is going to be the popular one at all. I think everybody's just going to use the regular controls. Now for the HUD size, that's going to affect your steering, basically all the buttons, make them either small, medium, or large. And moving on, we're going to have under account, the main thing here is account linking. So this is going to be able to link to your either Xbox or your PlayStation, just so that you can have the same account. So if you play Legends on console, you can have access to all your stuff. Now, this is the screen when you hit play. This is what it's going to look like. You're going to have versus AI, standard battles, ranked, special game mode, and then brawl. And here's your containers. So this is where you would open up containers that you receive for battles, for completing missions, things like that. Next thing I want to talk about is when you select a ship, I'm going to go in and show you, this is how you look at your commanders, and then this is going to be your equipment where you put your camo, current equipment on there. So basically there's no blueprints like there is on Blitz, but as you get EXP, you get access to these slots to get upgrades. As you can see, there's hull upgrades, range upgrades, and artillery upgrades as well. You can click and hold the mini-map and it'll expand to this size right here. Now if you just click the mini-map once, it'll come to this screen here and to show you everybody's name and stuff like that. Now the top button up here that is getting circled, this brings you to your battle log. So what you're going to see here is shell hits, things like that. There's nothing here because it's the beginning of the match. Click over to ship stats, you get everything. Radar ranges, sonar ranges, very useful information. This button on the bottom left, that's going to be how to lock your guns into place, but also zooming out. So as you're in this view, you can get a wide view and your guns will stay locked in whatever position that you left it in. Moving on above that, you have your damage control. Right next to that is your propulsion, reverse, left, right, and then your skills. For the AL Chappie, I have sonar, radar, and heals. Now moving to the right side, you have your binoculars, let you zoom in, aim at your target. You have the actual fire button. Little megaphone is how you input commands. We just have basic commands here on mobile. Now currently I am equipped with HE, the little icon on the bottom right. That is the button you use to swap over to AP or SAP if it's an Italian ship. But also if I have my current weapon as torpedoes, then that's how I swap over to using widespread or narrow spread torpedoes, or the line shots as the British have. Now the last thing I want to talk about while we're just discussing the UI or user interface is little icons that you see when you go to aim. For example, right now, that little mountain icon is basically saying if I were to fire right now, I would hit the mountain and my shells would do no damage. Now you can't trust that all the time because sometimes either front or rear turrets will make it over the island. Let's talk about the battle results screen. Personal, that's going to show everything that you did, how you did, things like that, how much XP you got. When you click on the team button though, that's going to show the breakdown of where you stacked up with the rest of your team. So here we got 2.2k base EXP, so base is exactly what it sounds like, the base EXP, and then modifiers get applied. Economy shows you a detailed breakdown of everything. So ship EXP, how much credits you earned for the battle, things like that. Same thing with global XP, and it shows you how much you would get with premium. So an incentive, I guess, to have you get premium. That's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. But yeah, until next time.